And the fans are on their feet awaiting the start of this game as the players line up for the kick. Kicks it off, and this game is underway. He's to the 10. Across the 30. They'll bring him down at the 39-yard line.
Hey, that's a good-looking kickoff return here to start things off.
They'll get the ball here at the 39. First down, 10 to go. Defensive line looking to clog that middle. Straight ahead on the give. There's nowhere to run, though. Just about 3 yards there. 2nd down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 42. They line it up with 3 receivers. Handoff up the middle. And he hits him hard at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there.
7-yard gain on the play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 1. The quarterback's in the gun with 3 receivers in the set. They'll run the option. Tried to sidestep by there, but a good tackle on the play. It's so tough to stop the option when they only needed a few yards. That'll give them the first.
The offensive coordinator decided to go with the option here on 3rd down. And you are right, Brad. It's so tough to stop, especially when they only need a few yards.
He's taken down at the 45-yard line. The halfback runs for 4 yards. It's 2nd down, 6 yards to go. Ball on the 45. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. Halfback gets the call, and he answers big time. And down he goes around the 40-yard line. 4, maybe 5 yards on the run. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. About the 22-yard line. A good play fake that time.
Here, the play action was key. It held the linebackers there by the fake by the running back, and the running back did a very nice job of carrying out his fake.
And the quarterback did a tremendous job of the fake handoff, too.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 23. And a new halfback checks into the game. And they motion a guy to the left. Caught, and he's hit immediately. There's an injured player, and we'll try to find out who it is. It's 2nd down and 5 to go. Now we'll see how the backup can do after that injury. Runs it right and can't get away. Nice tackle. That run picks up a yard, maybe less.
1-yard gain on the play.
So far this drive, the defense has been unable to stop them on 3rd down. There are 7 defensive backs on the field in this defense. Again with a carry. They'll get him for a loss.
They sure shut down the halfback on that play.
Boy, they were in the backfield in a hurry. The back just had no space to run the football.
Kicks up, and it is good. And here's the Pontiac drive summary. Ohio State is lining up to kick this one off. Taken from the 10. He makes it out to maybe the 33-yard line. Now let's see how this offense does as they take the field for the first time today, down 3-0.
They were confident in the pregame. Now let's see if that confidence carries over to the ball game.
They'll get the ball here at the 33. The play clock's at 0. They took too much time.
Dead ball. Delay of game. On the offense.
So they'll move back 5 yards after the delay of game. They come out in a goal line set. They'll work it right, met quickly by a couple of defenders. The running back gets 2 on the carry.
That corner did a great job there containing the outside and not allowing the ball to get by him. That showed good discipline by this defense.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. Scrambling around. Runs with it, and he's got room. He's knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Well, guys, he's scrambling around out there, and they're having a lot of trouble bringing him down.
Hey, the secondary did their job in coverage, but they just couldn't contain the quarterback.
That's no easy task either, Coach. This guy has some pretty good feet, as we saw on that play.
He gets another carry.
That's the cornerback that got in there and made that play, Kirk.
Well, he's known for locking down receivers, but that doesn't mean he won't come up and lay the lumber on the ball carrier.
They just didn't get the snap off in time. Here's the call.
Dead ball. Delay of game. On the offense.
Possibly some miscommunication there. They can't get the play off, and it'll cost them a few. Second down and 17. Ball on the 37-yard line. They'll work from the shotgun. Catches it and hit for no gain. That'll be a gain of 3 yards.
It's a nice play by the defense to shut down all the lanes, so this halfback wasn't able to make anything happen on that play.
Looks like they didn't get the play off quick enough.
Dead ball. Delay of game. On the offense.
So they'll have to line up for another third down play after they got the penalty marched off against them.
Yep, just a bad time to be making a mistake like that.
They didn't snap the ball in time.
Dead ball. Delay of game. On the offense.
They'll bring the ball back and mark off some yards against them. Third down again.
Oh, yeah, and those types of mistakes kill drives more times than not.
After one, this game's still pretty close. The score here in Columbus is Ohio State 3, Minnesota nothing.
Minnesota nothing.
Third down now, and they need to get it inside the 46. It started with a student section. Now this whole place is going crazy. Looking deep to the right. And they intercept it. The junior safety. Looks like there's an injured player on the field. It's 1st and 10. Defensive line looking to clog that middle. They come out with 3 wide receivers. Hand off, and he's met immediately. Well, he just couldn't get much of anything there.
No, Brad, he couldn't. And I think the offensive line's going to have to hold their blocks longer than they did on that play.
They shift on the defensive line. High formation here. Here's the pass, broken up. He threw that one up for grabs.
Yep, the reason why the defender was able to get to that one is because the quarterback put a little too much air under the ball. That allowed the defender time to recover and make a good play. The offense caught a break there. That was not a very good pass by this quarterback.
Yeah, Coach, he threw it right into the hands of the defender. He's lucky that he couldn't hold on to it.
That's why this kid is on defense and not offense.
Booming kick. And he's taken down at the 30. Nothing too fancy there.
Yeah, I'll take those yards over dancing all over the place and getting nowhere any day.
They're packed in tight on the line. They give to the tailback. Brought down at the...
There we go. Good job. Good job.
He barely got it past the line of scrimmage that time.
Came with a good blitz from the edge here and disrupted the blocking scheme of this run.
Yeah, Kirk, the blockers weren't able to hold their blocks long enough for the back to get free. Good stop there.
Goes right, picked off. And that's a second interception of the game by this defense.
These guys are all over the field. It seems like wherever the quarterback throws the ball, there's a defender sitting right there.
We've got a 1st and 10. The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. Stiff arms, but he can't break the tackle. A 7-yard run by the running back.
7-yard gain.
A second down and 3 to go. Ball on the 29. Ace backfield. Straight in the middle, and he meets the defense. And they pick up 2 yards.
And the defense had great pressure there. They blitzed the middle linebacker, and there were no holes for the halfback to run through.
The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. There's an injured player, and we'll try to find out who it is. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 33. Single set backfield. And he's taken down at the 32-yard line. And he couldn't go anywhere on that run.
Nah, he couldn't go anywhere because there was no place for him to run. The defensive front got a good push and knocked that offensive line backwards.
D-line is making some adjustments. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Fires out quick. It's picked off. Tackle at the 33-yard line. And just a great interception by the cornerback.
Well, that's big time. He made a great read on the quarterback and got in there for the pick.
First and 10. They line up in the jumbo set. Here's the halfback. And we got an injured player on the field. Second and 5. Ball on the 28. They're packed in tight on the line. Gets a block on the corner. And they make the stop at the 18-yard line. And he has a nice gain there off what looked like the same play.
Now, let me tell you something. That was the exact same play they just...
Give me my money back. Kidding me?
And you know what? After that big gain, I wouldn't bet against them running it for the 3rd time.
Expect the defense to turn it up a notch here in the red zone. Gets the ball here and brought down in the backfield. And that was not a good call offensively.
Nah, not a good call, only because they lost yardage. I'll tell you, I've seen plays like this where the tailback breaks one and goes for a touchdown.
You're right, Lee. You can never tell.
Big play, and it's first and goal.
I credit the quarterback on that pass. He made a great read and delivered a very nice pass for the first down.
He set up and put the ball right there where he had to go. Nice play.
He'll get the call again. Brought down at the 2. 3-yard gain by the running back.
3-yard gain on the play.
Second down. Here they go, only 2 yards from Pater. And they swap out the running back now for this next play. Tackle at the 1-yard line. Gain of 2.
Good pressure from the defense. They brought the heat. Wasn't much room for the running back to work with.
Let's see if they try to pound it in here. Both teams have their goal line sets on the field. They go with a run, and they stopped him.
This kid is something special. You got to have a certain kind of mentality to play the linebacker position.
Is that ever true, Coach? If you want to be the best linebacker, you have to be able to do it all. Cover the receivers, bring down the running backs, take on blocks, rush the quarterback, and sometimes call the plays for the defense.
So from a yard out, the offense is going to try to stay on the field here on 4th down and goal. They'll try the ground game, and that won't be happening. Well, they'll turn it over on downs. Did they have to go for it there?
Well, sometimes you got to take your chances. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
2 tight ends here. He just couldn't juke the defender, and he's brought down. A 4-yard pickup by the fullback. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Ball on the 7. Single set backfield.
The defense calls a timeout.
Second and 6. It's the tailback. And down he goes at the 16. And the halfback ripped off a nice gain there to get him the first.
Hey, this kid's a good-looking back. Let's see if they go to him again.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line. Folks, that's the end of the first half, and this game's getting interesting. The score here in Columbus is Ohio State 3, Minnesota nothing. He sends it downfield. Tackle made at the 29-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense. First down.
They'll take over at the 44-yard line. They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. First down, look at the throw. He's tackled right around the 38-yard line.
I'll tell you, this receiver showed really good hands on that play.
This kid is always calling for the ball, and if he keeps making plays like that, he'll continue to get the ball.
4 wide. He's scrambling, and they get the sack. And that's his 5th sack of the year. He's really been playing very well, guys.
The numbers say it all, Brad. He plays hard on every play, and he's been a menace to every quarterback he's played against.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, you really have to factor this guy into your game plan. He is always around to mess things up.
There are 4 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Back to pass. Can't find anyone open. And he's going to be sacked for a loss. And that is one inspired defense right now.
And whatever they're trying to do to slow down this pass rush, it ain't working, my friend.
They line this one up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers split out in the formation. He heaves it deep. They knock it down, incomplete.
How about that play, Coach?
Kirk, that's exactly how you teach a player to defend the pass. Do anything possible to disrupt the play. You don't necessarily have to make the interception to make a big play on defense.
That's very true. Now they'll have a 4th down situation.
Across midfield. At the 40. Down the sideline. I don't really know what this one's for. Let's find out.
He didn't even try to hide it there. That was a blatant holding call.
They'll call that every time.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 44-yard line. 1-man backfield. They hand it off. And he's hammered down. And he has a huge run.
I'll tell you right now, this guy is arguably one of the fastest players in college football today. There you see him turn it upfield with such fluidity and quickness.
I agree with you. He's such a natural runner.
Straight ahead on the give. There's nowhere to run, though. And they pick up 2 yards.
The blitz was pretty effective on that play, Coach.
Yep, they plugged up the holes well, so the back was not able to go very far.
They line it up with 3 receivers. They go with the run. There's a player shaken up on the play. Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 33. Backup quarterback into the game now to call the signals. Here's the halfback. They'll drop him for a loss. And they're going the wrong way, Coach.
Hey, Brad, if you don't have offensive balance, you can't keep the defense off of you.
They're trying to pin them deep with a solid punt right here. It's away, and it's a booming punt. Catches it, and they've got him. So the offense takes over, and they'll try to figure out this defense as they forced them to punt the last time they had the ball. They'll get the ball here at the 5. 1st and 10. Backup tailback checks in now. Let's see if he gets some action. They hand it off. He's to the 10. Across the 30. At the 40. Across midfield. At the 30. To the 20. He might have a chance. He's all the way. Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness. That reminded me of the old Sunshine Scooter scrambling back in his day. And the good news for this offense is they took the lead back. But the bad news is that the other offense is more than capable of putting points up on the board as well.
And he converts the extra point. That score leads us to our Pontiac drive summary. Minnesota gets set to kick this one away. Kicks it off. Tackle at the 35. The offense is looking to be a little bit more successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. They must be expecting something up the middle here. Single set backfield. Pitch is right. And they push him out at the 34-yard line. He's out of bounds, and that'll be a loss on the play.
Boy, they're lucky he stepped out. He was getting ready to juke somebody just right out of their shoes.
2nd and 11. Ball on the 34-yard line. Defensive line looking to clog that middle. This kid's in a lot of discomfort, and I got to tell you, this is a shame. It's 3rd down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. Single back set, 3 wide receivers. The halfback with a carry. And now he's got room to run. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. Great looking play by the offense as the halfback took it in for the score.
Here's a play that was well designed and well executed. You can't get much better than that.
And he sure showed some nifty moves on his way to the end zone there, guys.
Trying to go up by 3. They'll kick the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. And now we'll take a look at the Pontiac drive summary. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks off. He's to the 10. And down he goes. At the 34. A touchdown was the result of their last drive, and a good chunk of those yards were gained by way of the rushing attack.
It was the hog mollies that really stepped up on that last drive, Coach.
Yeah, they opened up some really big holes for the running back. It made moving the ball very easy.
About 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
It's 2nd down and 6 to go. Ball on their own 38. They line up in the jumbo set. Takes a hand up, but brought down before it could go anywhere. Kirk, they really had nothing going on that run.
I'll tell you what, Brad, it's almost like he ran into a brick wall on that play.
Third down, 6. Ball on the 38-yard line. Now he tries to buy some time. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. And he's tackled at the 40. He busted it open and kept the drive alive.
The thing I like about this kid is he's got that explosion. He goes, pew, downfield, and he's gone.
They're packed in tight on the line. And we got an injured player on the field. It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 37-yard line. They come out in a goal line set. Takes it right, and he can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
I'm curious to see if they have the guts to go to the ground again after that play.
I'd say go for it. Give this running back a chance to get in a rhythm.
That's a good point, Coach, but only if they can get some positive yards.
And that's it for quarter number 3. Folks, we got a great game on our hands. The score here in Columbus is Ohio State 10, Minnesota 7. Now he's scrambling. Good play for the offense that time.
Yep. Good play and a pretty touch pass by the quarterback.
Absolutely, right on target.
They come out in a goal line set. And he's taken down at the 22-yard line. 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 22. They line up in the jumbo set. Another run. He's into the open field. He's in. Touchdown. And they take the lead. No problem getting 6 there, guys.
I'll tell you what, I don't care what this kid's 40 time is or what he benches. The only reason he found the end zone was because he saw the blocks, used great vision, and then got it into the end zone.
He hits the PAT. So with just over 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, the score is Minnesota 14, Ohio State 10. Minnesota is lining up to kick this one off. Kicks off. He's to the 20. Gets out to about the 31. They moved the ball very effectively on their last drive, which ended with a touchdown. The defense has been talking it over on the sideline, trying to make some corrections. Let's see if they can stop them this time. One-man backfield. Oh, he got tattooed on that one. Looked like the linebackers bit on that play fake.
I didn't even know the quarterback had the ball. That's worth a yoke. Defensive
line looking to clog that middle. Looks like the defense is only going to pressure with 3 linemen. And it's caught. There's a flag down in the backfield, but I didn't see what happened.
Personal foul. Helping the passer.
Man, that was close.
First down.
It looked like his momentum just carried him to the quarterback.
That was definitely a late hit. He could have easily got out of the way. Instead, he just ran right through him.
The defense is waiting on the pass. They're in the quarters defense. On On the ground, up the middle, and down he goes at the 34-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
On the play.
2nd and 8 coming up here. The defense is lined up with an abundance of DBs. I count 7 on the field. They go with the run. They bring him down in the backfield.
Those defenders really timed that snap. I'll tell you, they were in the backfield before the running back knew what hit him.
That's right, Coach. No chance on that play.
They shift on the defensive line. Single back set, 3 wide receivers. Throws a strike over the middle. He tries to juke, but they bring him down. He made the catch, and they're still going to be short.
Hey, if you would have gotten some yards on 1st and 2nd down, you wouldn't have needed so many on 3rd down.
He gets it up, and he got it. So we take a moment to check out the Pontiac drive summary. They line up to kick this one away. He kicks it. Across the 30. He's pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. They ran the ball very well on their last drive, and it resulted in 6.
I think they'll continue to pound it out, Brad. This offensive line is doing a great job of blocking, and their running backs are finding all the holes.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. I agree. I think they're going to keep pounding it in there until this defense can stop them.
So a huge series here. We'll find out what each team is made of. And we got some fresh legs in there at tailback. Here's the halfback. Brought down right around the 42-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry. 2nd down and 9 to go. Ball on the 42-yard line. They line up in the jumbo set. They give to the tailback. They'll knock him down for a loss.
Well, the question now is, how will they respond after losing a couple on that run?
3rd down now, and they need to get it out to the 50. Minnesota is up 1. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Scrambling around. They bring him down.
And Kirk, that's sack number 2 for this kid.
He is really locked into this quarterback right now. Excellent sack right there.
You can bet the quarterback is just asking his lineman to block this guy, because that's multiple times now that he's been knocked down by this young guy.
Oh, excellent punt. He's out to the 30. He goes out of bounds around the 48-yard line.
I think the important thing here is to get the ball in field goal range so that the kicker can come in and win the game.
I agree 100% with you, Kirk. Move the ball downfield, put the ball in the middle of the field, and let the kicker do the rest of the work.
Man, we make it sound pretty easy up here, Coach. This defense looks fired up.
They go with the run. Breaks one, and now he can work. And he's taken down at the 36.
Personal foul. Face mask on the defense.
The defense lends them a hand with that penalty.
Gosh, giving up penalty yards is so frustrating, isn't it?
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line. The defense has about 7 defensive backs on the field. Great run. Nothing going on there. 2-yard pickup.
Gain of 2 on the play.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 19-yard line. They're in the red zone, where last time they came away with only a field goal. Now with a counter, he's got a lane. The 5. Touchdown, and now they're in front.
Great play, and they should be celebrating. They did just what they had to do. Now they have the lead.
And it's also a big touchdown because it takes the kicker out of the ball game. A field goal won't cut it anymore. Snap on that chin strap and go out there and hit somebody.
Well, they're going to try for the two-point conversion. EA Sports and Russell Athletic would like to congratulate today's players of the game. Nice job, guys. And they won't get the two. They went for two, but they're stopped short.
The defense just rolled up their sleeves and went in there and stopped them when they had to.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Excellent kick. They bring him down, and they bring him down hard on that one. And now a slight break in the action as the offense comes out onto the field for their next possession. They line up in the shotgun. Takes a snap, and he's in trouble. There's a player injured, but it looks like it's just a stinger.
Timeout called by the offense.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long. Well, after that injury, we'll get to see the backup quarterback here. Throws it deep downfield. Tipped away.
That's just good defense right there, Coach.
It was, Kirk, but you know what? It's all reaction. Anytime you're out there on defense and the pass is within arm's length away, you knock it down.
This crowd is almost shaking the stadium. Defense coming and the ball comes out. And he's shoved out of bounds at about the 11. Well, guys are losing, but by that play call, you wouldn't know it.
Yo, when you lose it in the 4th quarter and it's 3rd down, you better have some faith in your passing game. That should have been a pass, and I'm sure the quarterback feels exactly the same way.
So the question here is whether or not his knee hit the ground before the ball came out.
And sometimes it's hard for the official because there's a whole bunch of bodies around the ball carrier, and he can't get a good view to overturn it.
Well, after seeing the replay, it was apparent that his knee was down before he lost the ball.
Yep, those guys in the booth aren't perfect, but they got it right this time.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. This is their last chance. They need a big play here. He's going to go for the home run. There's a player shaken up on the play. Now it's 1st and 10 with the defense trying to regroup after giving up the big pass. Defense lines up with 8 men in the box. He throws. Can't connect.
I know it's tough, but as a receiver, you really need to be aware of the sideline at all times.
You know, all you can do here is practice, practice, practice. And eventually, that sideline will become a sixth sense to you.
Gets it to his wide receiver, and he's got another one. Good yardage on that completion.
The interesting thing about this play is the fact that they ran the same play 2 times in a row. And I'll tell you what that means. That means that the coach has seen some sort of a mismatch out there.
They'll work from the shotgun. Looks over the middle, and it's picked off. Here's an opening. First and 10. Ball on the 37. We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. That's the end of the ball game, and our final score in this one, Ohio State 19, Minnesota 14. Lee, what are your final thoughts here as we take a look at our Pontiac game-changing performance?
This is why I'm up here with you guys. Coaching a game like this might give you a heart attack. Ohio State really got all they asked for and more in this contest. Great job by both teams.
Well, that does it for this presentation of NCAA Football 09. For Kirk and Lee, I'm Brad Nessler. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for attending today's ball game. Please drive home safely.